Hi Virgo, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com, and this is your monthly forecast for February 2016. Virgos, we begin the month with the Mars that is highlighting a part of your chart that speaks about communication, it speaks about travel and some amount of learning as well. It's a time wherein that it seems you have a lot to say and you're going to be saying it, Virgo, which is very unlike you. It's very unlike a Virgo sort of coming out and saying things emphatically as it should be said. And this month it seems to be your month, Virgos. So for the last quarter, and this is speaking about the end of 2015, and as we have entered 2016, this is a time where you are going to be quite insistent about expressing exactly as to how it is that you feel, and you want to let the other person know. This entire phase of expression that is there, I think you're not really going to be minding your P's and Q's this month, Virgo. So I'm quite excited for you personally to see as to how a Virgo is going to be going about doing that. And it's a time where that your mind has been more than busy, and you could be sort of, I think this is a script that you may have run through maybe thousands of times in your head as to how it is that you're going to be saying it. So all the best, Virgos. Do say what needs to be said. And this is a time as well with this Mars that is going to be bringing, of course, giving you that entire energy and the aggression that you require. And find yourself being extremely busy. There seems to be a lot of travel as well that is there. For some of you, this also speaks about long distance studies, and you could be traveling as well besides doing an online course. Over here, you could feel a little bit scatterbrained, and you may find that you are doing too many projects at the same time. Try and stay on track, and try and sort of stay as much as focused as you can during this entire Martian energy. We have a Venus and Pluto conjunct, and that is, guess, happening in a part of your chart that speaks about love, Virgos. So a lot of focus again, and this again has been aspecting for you since the end of quarter 2015, and it is speaking about love, it's speaking about children, it speaks about creativity, and this is a time wherein that Pluto is going to be coming and working its magic. Now unfortunately the Plutonian magic is more on the obsessive side than on the normal side, so you could find yourself being quite obsessed with somebody. You may just find that the relationship that you're craving, or the intensity that you're craving in a relationship, it's almost compulsive. And it can be that for some of you, because there is Pluto will bring about patterns as well, so there can be chances if there is, say, a gambling streak that is there, you could find yourself compulsively getting into it and just doing it on and on. So try and sort of stay clear of anything that is compulsive, whether it's relationship, whether there's a certain pattern which sets off a trigger, whether some of you have been going through some stuff since the last quarter of 2015 and now in 2016. Try and sort of stay clear of whether it's alcohol, whether it's anything compulsive that presses that anxiety trigger in you. However, if you're speaking about the creative aspect that Pluto is going to be bringing about in this house of creativity and romance, go all ahead. This is a time where you will be doing some of your best work. You could be really not just inspired, I think, but Pluto is going to be channelizing all that, whether it's that angst or it's that love or whatever repressed emotion. It's going to just help you recreate it into maybe a very beautiful creative project. So go all out over there. We have Venus that is squaring Uranus, and this is happening in your house of sexuality, joint finances and resources. And this is going to be, Uranus is going to be getting over here and shaking up things quite a bit. You can expect some amount of unpredictability over there. It can be that either your partner's income is slightly unstable or unpredictable. It can also be that during this time that there can be some amount of ambiguity as far as finances are concerned, Virgos, and it may be worth your while to sort of just take a look at your finances, maybe have a look at the property that is lying somewhere and it's not doing anybody any good. Maybe you need to be liquidating it. Maybe your partner's finances have not been doing well for the longest of time, and maybe there's an alternate which you're not really exploring, and you're still sort of battling with what has been there or what has not worked for the longest. Maybe you need to be looking at another option as of now. This is also a time wherein that because the focus is there on joint finances, on shared resources, it's really asking of you Virgos that if you are sort of contributing more, try and sort of not rub it in the partner's face. It's not really the best of times to be doing that. And it's also a time wherein that you may not have enough funds to be pursuing your hobbies, so try and sort of keep them for the time being. And this is not like a permanent phase that is there, or a permanent fixture that is there, but it's really a time for you to be being careful as far as finances are concerned, and for you to be pursuing your extracurricular activities. So try not getting bogged down. If you can't sort of take that extra holiday and go, bungee jumping from the highest place that you have thought that you would like to do it, just hang on for a little bit more, maybe towards the third quarter, and then do. We have new moon that is there, and it's beautifully lighting up a part of your chart. It's speaking about your work, it speaks about your health, and this seems to be a time where I think a lot of you have literally sort of caught the bull by the horns, and you have your health plan fairly organized, and you're quite organized as far as your diet and your food is concerned. And it's really a time wherein that it speaks about your day-to-day chores, and life seems fairly organized, and you have a fair handle on where and how life is going. So it's a good time if you want to introduce anything new, whether it's in your diet, whether it's there in your health. It's a brilliant time to be doing that, because everything seems very well organized, and with new moon being over there, it just speaks about a new opportunity wherein that you can introduce something new and which will be helpful to you. We have Sun that is conjuncting Neptune on the 20th, and it's a once in a year transit that takes place, and it is lighting up your house of marriage very beautifully. Now, the only thing is, of course, Sun, as you all know, brings about a lot of its cheer, its warmth, but Neptune is the forever elusive, the planet of delusions, and also often deception is there. So close partnerships, there can be some amount of ambiguity. You may feel that your partner is not really telling you the truth. You may feel that there's certain amount of especially you may just feel uncertain about your partner, that whether he or she is really going to be there for you. And it can also be that there seems to be about some amount of a frustration that is there regarding a close and intimate relationship, where you really can't pin the person down. So you could be feeling you could be feeling that they're being extremely elusive, and hence disappointing as far as they are behaving with you in the relationship. Now the trick over here is Virgos, try not be too judgmental in this particular phase, because Neptune is Neptune. You really can't go around a Neptunian energy. You just sort of have to flow with it. It's not going to be bringing you any peace or any further clarity over there. It will just confuse you more. So let it be. There is also a tendency during this phase to attract people who may come across as people who need to be saved. And Neptune has this brilliant ability to sort of be the ultimate savior, whether it is saving the strays, or it is doing charity, or saving the damsel in distress kind of a thing, or even people, or even men on the other hand, who behave like this absolute helpless beings who need to be saved. So this entire energy is about you may feel this need in the relationship, that you are the one who needs to step up and you need to be saving. So just watch out for that. Of course, in marriages, it is by all means do what needs to be done. But in committed relationships, just sort of don't overextend yourself and then blame the other person. So be absolutely clear about what it is that you're doing, and try and not dig into stuff, Virgos, which is of no value to you around this phase. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Virgos. I'll see you again next month, and thank you so much for watching.